Hey guys, it's Deborah and it's What I Made Wednesday. So actually I haven't made anything this week because I have been super busy. I bought a new desk. This is the new desk that I'm going to film from. So I thought today we'd make some patriotic cards. So I do have some paper that I've had in my stash for a while. Here's Simple Stories. We're actually going to make the cards from these cut-aparts. And look at the back of that. That's pretty. That's pretty, though. But we will make the America the Beautiful cards. That's what we're going to do. And then I have this paper that I thought might coordinate with it, either that side or this side. And that's actually from a Christmas collection, believe it or not. And then this is Stars and Stripes Forever. It's Echo Park. And I thought that might be just to, you know, cut it into A2 type panels or even larger. Just having that on the back would be a good card as well. And then here's another option of patriotic paper. American Crafts, Life of the Party. And then here was this side is what I would use, the Slam Dunk. So I will do all the cut aparts off camera, and then come back and we're going to mat everything. So, and we will, you know, come up with our card bases and everything with some solid cardstock that I have in stock. Okay, I'll be right back. So I cut everything apart and I'm going through what I want to make cards out of, and I decided I wanted to make cards from these two big panels, and then I want to make fold over cards for these panels. And these would be great for junk journals, stuff like that. And I do plan on doing a patriotic junk journal. So let's see, it's at 6 inches, so I am going to actually go ahead and score those at 3 inches, and then they're just little fold over cards, and you could do a corner round if you want. Let me go ahead and, guys, this new filming is with this new desk, it's different, so I'm gonna bear with me, please. Hopefully it's gonna be better than the big table I had. Anyway, I thought that's super cute right there, and it opens up. You could always put little pockets in here. You can do whatever you want for a junk journal, but I thought these were going to be great for junk journals, so I'm just scoring them down. Ooh, messed that up. And you could fold them over. You don't have to use a scoreboard. I mean, come on. I just kind of messed that one up. Oh well. Won't be the first or the last. But anyway, I thought these would be great for the... So those are done. That's going to be for junk journaling. Okay, so I want to see... Let me put this away real quick. I have 2 drawers that I can put stuff in, which is awesome on this desk. So let me see what I want to mat. I kind of like this. I have to see how big that card is first. Let me see if I have anything, and then maybe not that. Maybe this. I don't know that it's the right color. Possibly red, but I don't have any. I just wanted to use these. And so anyway, I'll figure out what I'm going to mat it with. Maybe I need to move on to this one right now. Yeah, I think so. So I'll probably mat it with this. I think that'll look good. and then go from there. So I'm going to cut out my mats. Let's see what the measurements are on these cards. These cards are going to be big. So not quite 4 inches. Oh, they're by 6 inches, so they're big. All right, so I'm going to cut my paper at 6 1/4 by 4 for the actual card itself. Just going to make these, try to make these super simple. And I may not mat it at all, to tell you the truth. I may just, okay, that's 6 1/4. And then I need it to be 8 inches. Okay. Let's see how this works. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm going to need a mat because I made that a little too big. That's okay. All right, so I need to score it at 4 inches. Let's go ahead and get my scoreboard out again. My little miniature scoreboard, and score this at 4 inches. Right there. Okay. Woo, wrong way. Yellow's not going to work, and that's a little off, but we'll be all right. Ooh, that's going to be a weird size card. Let's make sure it's still going to work. Yeah. And I may trim this up a little bit, the card up a little bit, for sure. I'm going to take about 1/4 inch off at each side, just to kind of get it to fit that. Okay. There we go. Just to kind of make it even. Just a little sliver. Ooh. Okay. All right. Make it a weird size. Okay. Now I know that I need to mat it for sure. And I would like to mat it with red, but I don't have any red on hand, and I want to use what I have. So I'm going to see something real quick. Look at that on yellow. I mean, I know it's the inside of the card too as well. That might make it pop, and it would be okay to do that for now. So I do want to cut this down a little bit because I want it to be matted on here. So let's go ahead and measure this real quick again. I know I'm all over the place, guys. Sorry, but we'll get it done. So, ooh, we're down to, and then this one, let's see, we are at 4, so 3.75. And we did it, I'm going to do it 3.75 by 6 1/8. Okay? 3.75 by 6 1/8 right there. And hopefully I am on camera. I hope. We shall see. Okay, let me put that over. Get this out of the way. Get this matted. How's that mat gonna work? Please tell me it's gonna work. And I'll have to move it up a little bit. Oh. Guys, measure. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm gonna take a 1/4 off the top. Okay, just to kind of make it work. Okay, there you go. That'll work. I'm trying to make it simple, and well, it's not so simple anymore. Okay, so let me get my adhesive out. I love that paper. That's so pretty on the back. So all I'm going to do, I need a mat. My old mat is too big for this space, so I've got to find me a new mat that works. That will happen next. You know, don't want to mess up this desk. I was going to go get an Alex desk with all the drawers and stuff, and guys, I just couldn't. Yeah, I kind of messed up that card big time. I sure did. I couldn't justify the cost at this point, and I'm okay with this because this can be a computer desk as well. So anyway, guys, I'm just trying to teach you something easy. I messed this up, obviously, by not centering it in the right spot, but you kind of get, I mean, I'm sure you know how to make cards and how to mat them correctly. And yeah, Deborah didn't do that. It's still kind of cute, but yeah. So there's a patriotic card right there. And then here are these little foldovers that I can definitely use for junk journals, which I am going to make a patriotic junk journal. And then I still have this card, and I really want to keep that one simple because it's pretty. I mean, I don't want to take away from it. And I think that blue's not the exact right color for that. There's no yellow. That would kind of be a little busy. And then what's on the inside? Oh, I don't want to mess that up. I think I'm going to do it on there. Okay, so once again, I don't know how this desk's going to work. Okay, let's see. I'm not trimming this one down at all. So 4 inches, so I'm going to need 4 1/4 for the card by 6 1/4 is where I'm going. 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So let me make sure. So it's actually not going to be big enough because this is only 12 inches and I needed 6. So what I'm going to do with this one, I am going to make it, ooh, and I would have cut it wrong anyway. So I am going to take it to 4 1/4 by 12. It's not going to have a mat on. It's only going to have a mat at the top and the bottom. Okay, you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. So I am going to score this one in half, 6 inches. I hope this is taping. I hope it's taping right. We shall see. All right, so I'm going to score this one down to 6 inches. And yay, my little thing does that. Okay, cool. All right, yellow's going to go in the inside. You can always cover that up, you know, if you want to. I'm going to leave it for right now. And then, so this card will have to go all the way to the end because, remember, it's 6 inches. I can trim it a little bit. Yeah, I am going to have to trim it just a teensy bit. Tiny, tiny bit. Okay, just a sliver. So, oh, that'll work even better. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of a mat on it, you know, without doing a mat. All right, just gonna use my tape. Definitely got to get something to protect the surface because when I go to use glue, that's not going to be good. But anyway, this is just a tiny bit of a mat all the way around. Cute. And that's a cute card. Okay, that was super simple. And now, with this paper, I really just want to make A2 cards out of this one, and I really don't want anything else. So I'm going to do panels of 5 1/4 by 4 for this whole thing, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'll end up with 6 cards, and some of it I could use in junk journal, but I am going to cut the whole thing. And so I'm doing it 5 1/2 by 4. So 5 1/2. Oops. Five and a half. And I'm just going to make them like note cards, like a note card set. That's it. And these would be great for if you were having a barbecue around the 4th and you wanted to invite people. You could use these as invitations. Yep. You could even mat it on a piece of cardstock and put the invitation information on the back and not even have it as a card, just kind of a postcard type invitation. Or card, for that matter. So that's it on those, and I'm trying to think, ooh, could I mat it on that? I think I could. You see with this other, oh, not yellow. I think I could definitely mat it on this. It's not the exact color I need, but it kind of works. So these are 5 1/2 by 4. I'm gonna do this. Let me see real quick. 5 3/4. I'm just gonna make them as a postcard like thing, and 5 3/4. But I'm not going to have enough to do 4 1/4. Okay, let's see real quick. One of them might have to be off. Oh well. And I'm doing it 4 1/4. Let's see what that looks like. I decided I'm going to make the postcard just like a invitation. So I did make this a little too big, and that's okay. Yeah. But anyway, that's what you do. You could also mount this on a card and it would be okay. I'm not going to do the blue. Yeah, kind of messed that up. But that's okay. So what I would do is just probably put these on an A2 card. Let me see real quick. I'll get an A2 card out the base. Oh, I think I want to do these khaki ones. I think they'll be cute. Let's see what that looks like. Guys, I've been redoing my entire craft room. Oh my gosh, it was a hideous mess, but it's getting better. Much better. So these are the Dollar Tree. If you can find these, you should pick them up. I think this is a great deal. 10 count A2 cards on envelopes. And they have them in this color, white, and cream. So let's see what this looks like. Well, not with that. All right, hopefully this one's loaded. So just want to add this. My hands are shaking. I think I had too much coffee this morning. That's cute. Okay, there's your little note cards. And then if you were going to do an invitation or something, you could just put all that invitation information in here. You know, come to a barbecue, whatever, you know, that you're doing. A summer swim party, if you have a pool, or, you know, just a summer party at the park. This would be fun. Well, a patriotic party at the park. Patriotic birthday. You know. So turn that over. And you could add something if you wanted to. You know, if you had a die cut or, you know, some other ephemera or something like that. That would be cute. And you can always use a card mat. I mean, not a card mat. Card template. You can find them all over Pinterest. There's so many people that do card templates. You know, there's so many YouTube channels on card templates and making cute cards. I like to cover up most of my cardstock when I make a card. The card base, I just, you know, don't want all that white space or brown space or whatever you're using. I don't want a ton of that showing. I want it to be a matte. So the paper does, you know, all the decoration for the card. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, cards are fun. I love making cards. They're, you know, pretty simple, and people love getting cards. All right, and we're going to finish this last one. I think one of the things I love to do is, especially with these card sets from the Dollar Tree, there's 10 of them. I like to challenge myself to use a whole package and make 10 cards out of it. So I've made 6 so far, and I have 4 more to do, and I'm going to do those off camera real quick, and I'll come back and show you what I've made so far. Okay? All right, let me show you what I have made with all that paper, and then what I have left over, and go from there. Okay, so with that Dollar Tree pack of cards, I did finish all 10 cards. I made note cards and used the leftover to make a topper, and there's 6 in this one, there's 4 in this one, and I just, you know, used that other paper, and those would be cute for a craft show, craft fair. All right, and then of course you saw the fold over cards that I made that I will use in junk journals. I think they're cute. You could also use like these to just to send a little note to someone, you know, make a little envelope with it and send a little note. Okay, and then of course you saw the 2 cards I made. Okay, and that one. And then let me show you the paper that I have left over. There's quite a bit. So there's just that piece from, and then here's some, those pieces from that other paper from Note Set, and then just the solids are left over. And that's it. I think I did pretty good. I have to figure out what I could do with these. You could actually decorate the inside of your cards if you wanted to with all this leftover stuff. I chose not to, but I could do it, especially, well, no, you can still write on these. But maybe you wanted to put a little piece of it in here because you know, can't write on that side. So that's something you can do, definitely, for these little cards. And I will probably do that. Go ahead and put a mat in there of one of these, and that would work to cover that up. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. I enjoyed doing this with you. So Wednesdays will probably change a little bit. I'll probably be doing more tutorials, and it'll still be what I made Wednesday, but more tutorials than anything. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.